Howdy. Yep, that's what he was saying before the game started. Mm-hmm. Um, I, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I'm biased. I'm hoping Batmouse pulls it out, but I think it's gonna be a good game regardless. Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. It's hard to root against the Sheriff of Gemp. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hold on, Garrett. It looks like there's no audio from you and no video. All right, so there's the video. Alrighty. All right, and Dan is saying there's still no Garrett audio. Okay. So what we were talking about before we realized that Garrett doesn't have audio is this is going to be a matchup between Batmouse and Mike Pistone, obviously. And there's a little bit of bias involved. It's both me and Garrett are teammates of Batmouse, so we're hoping he's able to um, you know, pull this out and win. But obviously Mike is a very good player, so we know that this is going to be a battle no matter what. There's no cakewalks anymore. Round of 16, everyone's fighting nail and tooth for their opportunity to play game two and move on to the next round. So we're hoping for Batmouse, but obviously uh, there's no guarantees here. It's hard to root against Batmouse, but you know we'll see how the game goes. Um, so best matchup he could have hoped for going into this. But it's just a matter of is he able to play his game and play it well, or can he find them as well? Yep. So Mike uses Quietly Observing. He'll reveal Mara Jade with Lightsaber and Dr. E Pandababa combo. He'll activate 5 on his turn 1, and he'll pay 1 to go look for the Imperial Square. Pretty standard AOBS stuff. Their first turn is relatively linear. There's not a lot that varies per game. Will do. Yep. Um, Sounds good. So Mike will use his game text on the Imperial City. He'll download Vigo, and Vigo will allow him to download a non-War Room Battleground planet site. Pretty standard. It'll be Xizor's Palace. It'll be interesting to see if Mike is worried about a turn 1 beat or if he'll go grab one of the other Xizor's Palace sites. That's one of the standard things we'll see from AOBS versus HITCO, but it looks like he's not too worried about that. He will go grab the second or one of the other sites, that being the Xizor's Palace uplink station. Pretty simple turn 1. He'll then just move Xizor and Vigo over to the Xizor's Palace for free because of the game text. He might draw 1, but he'll pull Fanfare. That'll give him the Xizor's Bounty, a little bit of extra protection against that said turn 1 beat. And then he might draw 1, he might not, but he'll end his turn. He does draw that last card, and he'll end his turn. That is the AI Coruscant. It's I believe it was one of the donator foils from last season. But yep, thank you, B-Fred. So Batmouse deploys the Home 1 docking bay from hand, and he'll try to deploy Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout V. Once again, this is that turn 1 beat we kind of talked about, but Pistone obviously uploaded Xizor's Bounty, and Xizor's Bounty will protect him for that turn 1. Pays 1, prevents a just deployed character from being able to participate in battles. Batmouse will use 1 force. He'll move Luke away from Xizor and Vigo. But the zero side of AOBS allows Mike's, is it bounty hunters? Yes, bounty hunters to move wherever that bounty is. So that bounty could be a little bit of a liability as we go further into the game. Batmouse will deploy Battle Plan, just making sure if Pistone wants to get any damage through, he's got to pay for it. And Batmouse playing. Like Dan mentions, Batmouse did start Twilight is upon me instead of Walkling, so he's able to download the mobile docking bays from Reserve Deck instead of getting just the straight +1 activation from Walkling. B-Fred, I don't think Garrett is refusing to comment exclusively because of the Twilight is upon us, but it's a fair question. Pistone goes and grabs the 3rd Xizor's Palace site. And this, for the most part, is all of AOBS's stuff. I don't I don't see a reason or another card that Pistone would be playing, sorry, another location that Pistone would be playing if it wasn't on Coruscant. It'll be interesting to see this turn how Pistone wants to play it, if he wants to take more of an aggressive line and try and beat up Luke, or if he's just going to try and set himself up, protect himself a little bit more. Even though Batmouse only has 6 cards in hand, he will get a 7th one with the flip side of Hitco. And that could put a little bit more pressure on him with no more Zizor's bounty. So we'll see if he wants to just reinforce Zizor's sight or if this is a battling turn. So Dan asks, I wonder if Mike put Batmouse on Hitco. I don't know if that's something that you would want to do. I agree with Beefred. Beefred says, I feel like Pistone just played his best deck. I don't think there's any reason to try and play AOBS into um, Hitco. It's just too much of an uphill battle, especially for game one. Um, I'm not gonna say that name out loud. I was told not to swear, but Kiss My W says targeting YOPS. That's kind of what we were talking about before. Batmouse was on the fence about Hitco or uh, Batmouse or Bat 40 and ended up going with Hitco. So it could have been he was betting on either Bat 40 or Yoda, but Batmouse ended up going with Hitco, so doesn't really matter. Bat 40 must be dead if Batmouse isn't playing it. True. Pistone is just going to draw a couple cards up, reinforcing that Zizor site, making sure there's not going to be any turn 2 blowout wins for Batmouse, unless Batmouse has the absolute nuts in that 6-card hand of his. But yeah, Wayne, I saw the name on the on stream. I believe it was in Beefred's game. They said not to say it out loud, so I'm not pushing anything. My first stream, I don't want to get myself banned. So we'll just see Mike draw up to 13. 14 is the magic number in today's day and age with the drop and thrown back shields. But he'll save 1 force and he'll be able to activate 1 with wipe them out, all of them. Well, it's not about the Wookiee deck. It's just because of the 2 words in front of your name. And I'm just doing what Dan and Garrett told me to, because that tends to be what happens. So we'll see Batmouse. He'll pay 3 to drain 3 at the uplink station, and we'll see a Tarkin's Bounty, Emperor Palpatine, and a Cad Bane off the top. That will also relocate Prophecy of the Force. And Batmouse is just going to draw up. Obviously did not have the God Hand with enough cards to go down and battle into that the stack with Zizor, Vigo, and Emperor Palpatine. Interestingly enough, I don't think Wayne, or not Wayne, sorry. I don't think Pistone activated 1 with wipe during Batmouse's turn yet. And it looks like he's not going to be, I don't know if I missed something, but I don't think he activated 1 with wipe. So we'll go back into Mike's turn. It's his turn 3. He'll use force push here. He just, in that 13 card hand, didn't have all the cards he wanted. So this will leave him with 11 in hand and 17 in force pile, which is quite a scary number if you're Batmouse here. Yeah, that's a scary amount of cards in hand and a scary amount of force to work with. I would know. That's what I did in my game. Having a lot of cards is certainly fun. It'll be interesting to see how Pistone wants to play this game. I never have any of the yeah, Zeke's that's a reoccurring theme in my games too. That's why I like to play force push and see your round kid and point man, because where's the fun in drawing 13 cards and having what you need, right? So it looks like Pistone, he'll deploy the first light to Coruscant. And it looks like Pistone's game plan here is not to go down in battle yet. He's going to try and spread a little bit, and we'll see Balatik as well. Balatik, his game tech
So can you hear me now?
prevents
Ooh,
Han from
that might have
adding
worked.
battle destinies. Oh, is Garrett back?
Uh,
But the main thing he'll do is he'll add one to the total battle destiny because he's a pilot on the first light. And Garrett is back.
Yay!
Thank
It
gosh.
works. It just took a whole bunch of playing around with stuff. Cool. So, yeah, I think you're right. Thank you for going through all that, Logan, as I was trying to figure out
Of course.
technology and realizing why Dan does technology and I'm the pretty face. Um, I think Mike is absolutely what you said, taking the slow and steady route. Like, I've talked about this before. I know it's something you and I have talked about. Like, you never you're never going to win the game on turn 2, but you can
Exactly.
absolutely lose the game on turn 2. And Mike not having the ability to go into Luke right away would have been a blowout. And we see him move the Vigo up. I think that's a giving Batmouse credit for maybe having something even simple like a Hanchu in the Falcon,
Yeah.
because a
So
6 for Battle Destiny would just blow up the entire thing.
yeah, that would be really unfortunate. Vigo being there, he's not a pilot, but he is a gangster, so he'll add another one to the total battle destiny, which
He's
means
forfeit fodder. Like you're
yep,
you're
he's forfeit
less.
fodder as well. Yep.
Mike's less worried about the total battle destiny up there because if Batmouse drops something up there, he's not intending to stay with it up there. Like
Yep.
Batmouse is fine with doing that. The U3PO is going to be something Batmouse has to figure out an answer for.
Yeah,
So,
Batmouse just drew up last turn, so it'll be interesting to see if he was able to find either the Endor celebration or a quite a mercenary or something.
or sorry about the mess, or even a Nabron. Like right now with
Yeah.
just Shizor and Palpatine, Nabron wouldn't be a terrible answer. Like Nabron on top of Shizor and Palpatine and start that fight.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
that'd
the
make for an
only
interesting
thing
thing. Well,
the only thing I'm nervous about is Batmouse does not have a Sense Alter shield out. Um,
that probably should be.
yes,
And I see
just
Dan just said it in chat.
yep, Dan just said it too. No
So we
Sense Alter
see,
shield against. So we'll see Obi-Wan with stick come down and he'll get barriered.
and Batmouse is
Batmouse
going to
does grab it.
grab the
Sorry.
barrier, which makes a lot
Yep.
of sense. No, we're all good. This is, and Batmouse
And
immediately cancels
whew,
the barrier.
this shuffle desperate reach, such a good card.
So
Kraken's for
now,
losers.
does Pistone have the sense? Is he thinking on the grab? So he does have the sense.
And like we talked about, Batmouse does not have a Sense Alter shield out, which feels like a massive mistake, unless he himself has a Sense Alter.
And I
But
don't think he does, and I think you're right. I think that was a mistake. Honestly, I think he might have been a little quick in putting out battle plan. Like he put it to stop a drain of 1, but he's unlikely to ever satisfy it, and
that's what I was
Pistone
thinking
likely
as
will.
well. Yeah,
So,
against AOBS or decks like that, when you're playing HITCO, you're never really going to be the one who's controlling a site in a system, and it feels like letting the drain of 1 go to make your opponent pull it would have been much better.
yeah.
Especially since you don't have that Sense Alter shield out right now.
So we do see, however, Batmouse using the Prophecy of the Force to get back Anakin's destiny to protect against a Force Lightning. I would not be shocked if he's got another character in hand. I see in chat someone said "Run, Luke, run," and that would make sense on this play. I mean, it could also have just been I'm going to force the barrier out. I'm going to grab the barrier. If I cancel it, great. If not, oh well. This way, I get the barrier stacked. I'm going to force Mike to have an answer and pick some up and just try and get ahead of it because he's still like Mike's doing 1 damage a turn right now. Like, he's draining for one at the system. That's it. Mike does,
Yep.
Batmouse doesn't need to go crazy. He needs to find his answers, and
What he needs to do first is pull do or do not or wise advice, because you just got sensed, Batmouse, and you haven't pulled the shield.
yeah, I agree. A do or do not would be. I think do or do not's the play here. There's times when I think wise advice. There's times when you're like, hey, I want to keep my card, but if Batmouse can get Palpatine off the table, it becomes almost impossible for Mike to flip him back around.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can retrieve those lost interrupts instead of needing them to go used. And in a match play situation, forcing Mike to lose 2 force to stop those those interrupts would be big.
Yep.
So
I'm curious
that being
if
Batmouse
hasn't pulled it because he thinks he needs a different shield, but I don't know what he thinks he needs.
And it could be, I mean, the other thing is Batmouse has the bionic hand. So he can also be looking at this and saying, you know what? I don't know if I need another shield right now, and I know if he senses my interrupts, I can just get him back.
Yep.
And he can only sense, like, that sense goes away, and agents can see their deck very quickly. They know what's going on with it, especially if he can stay on the 7 side. But there's not a great way to cycle it. Like, he doesn't have a 4-LOM. He doesn't have a way to track that sense back and grab it, so he's just going to have to be like, well, I've got to get to it again.
I mean, you have Shadows of the Empire, but that's still you're not able to see cards, and you're not able to put them back, and I think that's going to be a kicker.
Yeah.
Batmouse gets drained for 1 at the system. He'll lose Our Only Hope off the reserve deck. I don't know if Batmouse is how many of Our Only Hope he's playing, so it'll be interesting to see if he can find them to find his sites, because currently he doesn't have anything on table.
14 cards in hand, and he hasn't played Our Only Hope at all, and he hasn't played the Profundity Docking Bay. Seems a little surprising. You're going to get 1 more force ping through as Pistone takes a 3rd battleground with Dengar with blaster rifle.
We'll see a fly casual off the top, so that
tells me he's got a Tanev and pilots.
Yeah, Pistone giving Batmouse respect by moving Vigo up to space certainly paid off. He is playing at least a Tantive. He does have space.
Yeah, and I think that was like I said, I think that was the right play, because it was if you don't do that, you can just snap lose this game. I don't love that Probot. All right, he's backing it up, and Mike's trying to put it on the heavy drain, but Logan's gonna start going out. Logan's got to start going after somebody somewhere, or not? Not Logan, Batmouse. You're Logan.
I'm actually sitting here in the call. Batmouse is the one playing the game.
It's
only 8:20, Garrett. Please don't say it's late yet.
Some of us are old. All right, so all
right, Ben.
So we do have Mike just, again, turtle up, move his guys over. If we don't see anything else, we'll see Batmouse move over. But, like, Batmouse has 14 cards in hand, and he's going to have 14 force. He's got to have a way to answer some of these things. He's got to have a way to do something here, because he can't win this game long term without it.
Chris, to answer what you said, I don't think Batmouse is playing
Daughter?
I think Batmouse is playing the spy version, Princess Leia V. That's what he was talking about before the game.
That could be, although if he does have a daughter, that would be absolutely brutal.
You're looking at Power 7 and no Destiny.
It'd be Power 5 and no Destiny, because daughter makes him Power -2.
Yep.
And, as long as Logan draws higher than a 1.
Once again, I'm in the call, Garrett. Batmouse is the one playing.
I don't know why I'm thinking Logan for whatever reason. It's been I'll
say I am honored to be confused with Batmouse. So I'm not going to complain too much about that.
Yoda coming down there. Now, Yoda's only Power 3 because there's 3 Jedi on table. Well, Lando's going to make things interesting.
There's Lando.
There is Lando. Um, Batmouse has 6 cards left. I don't think he deploys anybody else. I think we just see the battle here. Go for the
Yeah, I mean,
clear and
Batmouse
then move. Do the move everybody. You lose Lando. You move
without a
Yoda to the
weapon. Oh, sorry.
hut. There's another barrier.
Yeah, without a weapon, you're not gonna cause you shouldn't cause overflow here. You're just looking to stack a card and win the battle.
Yeah, you're not trying to
But with
cause overflow. It's stack a card, win the battle. That barrier
it,
on Lando hurts.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's not ideal. Um, I mean, I don't know how many more barriers Mike is running. So now we see the our only hope to relocate Prophecy, simply
So save him
to
with damage.
save him the damage.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised he didn't relocate it to a non-battleground.
I think he needs the activation.
That could be.
Without the Yoda's hope, or sorry, without the Yoda's hut or the other docking bay, he's looking at. Yep, Chris Kelly agrees with you. He wants it to go to the 2-0. I just think Batmouse thinks he needs all the activation he can get.
Yeah, I think I would have gone to the 2-0. I think Batmouse's activation is okay. I think he'd rather be there.
Oh,
So he's relocating Luke around. I like that play.
that makes a lot more sense.
That's actually I really like that play. That I didn't see that coming, and that was a very very nice play by Batmouse. To separate, he'll be able to get the drain through or force Mike to come after him. And Mike's only got 6 cards in hand now. Like he's
Now,
got
yeah,
he's got a Palpatine he knows where is, but he can't quite activate to it.
he the thing is he is able to move Dengar over in front of Luke. So even if he doesn't have all of the characters he wants, he does have the Dengar there. So I know he lost a Cad Bane off the top
But
earlier, but I don't know how much Dengar can do against Luke.
yeah, Dengar Luke's defense value 7. Dengar has to draw a 7 to hit him. That's not. There's no gimme there.
No.
So
So Batmouse loses the 2/2 from hand. Doesn't think he'll need it.
no, I don't think he will either. I think that's a good. I think that's a good pitch. You're not going to need it. Get rid of it and move on.
Yeah, I think if you're relying on the 2/2 in this game, you're probably losing the game.
Yeah. Oh, and he loses the sorry about the mess from use pile. That's a little unfortunate.
It hurts, but he has the hand.
Yeah, and
So,
it was from use pile. It's not like he had it. That would have been nice for him to just kill U3PO and get it. Yeah, he has the hand, so he can get it, but he only gets the hand if he gets into a battle with Luke.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee of that right now. So I do think he's setting up the run Luke run play. Or at least hoping to, especially with Palpatine kind of stuck in the middle there.
Yeah, Palpatine not really able to do much except draw a card with shadows and check the reserve deck.
That's not great either. Like Mike doesn't have enough cards in hand, I don't think, to go after anything.
No.
So I think what you're going to see is probably Probot and Zam move because they have to.
Yep. You can't leave them in front of Yoda and Lando without probably losing the game.
Starting that battle because then Yoda's another power +3.
And Lando retrieves the sorry about the mess.
Yeah, you're not starting that battle, so you've got to walk him away. Can you walk Dengar in front of Luke or Obi? I don't think so because you can't leave Palpatine alone. Like leaving Palpatine alone would be you're asking to lose the game. Like I don't think he's got enough. I don't know how many more barriers he's got. It probably just 1 at most.
Yep.
And if
you don't want to burn a Gick on turn 5.
Yeah, and if Batmouse has the run Luke run, that could be bad. Like Palpatine's got the Force Lightning, and really all of the highest ability characters are on table. but we
Yep.
could easily see a Kanan. We could easily see,
An Ahsoka.
an
Did
Ahsoka.
he top deck the Ahsoka earlier?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of things that could still come out here. I'm just going to scroll back in chat real quick and see. All
It
right,
doesn't look like
so
it.
there's
There's the Dr. E combo.
that's the backup that site, which makes sense. And then we see the shadows grab and ping.
Yep.
I like the
Fujix off the
Dr. E.
top hurts though for Batmouse.
Yeah, if Batmouse doesn't have his Unita, which he could have gotten with Walkling, but he doesn't like. So
Leave it to
we've
Garrett to complain about Twilight
we've
again.
talked about this a bunch. I think they are. I love the design and the way design went with it, because you've created two independent ways to play this deck that are similar but different.
Garrett, you don't have to lie. We know how much better you think Walkling is.
Oh, I do think
Um,
I think Walkling is slightly better. I think the flexibility of being able to that once a game spot retrieval can be really big. But
Yep.
I appreciate what Twilight does in terms of the moving around with Prophecy that we already saw Batmouse take advantage of, and the Docking Bay Puller is good. Oh, so Mike had the guys in hand. He's going hard.
I don't understand the Dr. E to the
I don't
village
understand the
one.
Dr. E to the village.
You get an extra ping, but you could just execute Lando.
Yeah, because this is going to be. I mean, with the Hujix being lost, Lando's only going to get +1 to his power, but Yoda gets another +3 with the battle being initiated.
Chris, you're asking for some those are fighting words with Garrett here.
I'm
So we'll
going to be
see.
throwing Chris off of Discord real quick here. Not like he understands how to use it or anything, but like I'm going to kick him out of our Discord pretty quick.
So Batmouse looks
Looks
like they're
like
saving the shield for that aim high. I don't like that. I
I
think
don't.
you'd rather have do or do not.
I'm not sure. I would not have hated the aim high push. Like, that was that's right. Although, interestingly enough, the first strike pinged before Lando, so Batmouse could lose a higher destiny card to add to Lando's power. So he lost that Anakin's destiny, which I think he should have. I feel like he should have kept for Force Lightning protection, maybe, but.
Well, like we said, it wouldn't matter what card's on top of the lost pile if he would have gotten executed by Dr. E. But Dr. E's sitting at the Ewok village.
Well, it still would have mattered because he still would have gotten the card back first. So.
I think Pistone gets to choose. Pistone, obviously.
No, because the executed by Dr. E is after the shot.
Sorry.
So he still would have retrieved the Force.
Pistone gets to choose whether Lando goes off first or first strike.
Yeah, and he might be choosing first strike going off simply so he can't retrieve that Hujix.
That's entirely fair too.
Which is not a terrible play either.
Yep. Pistone being nice, giving Batmouse the revert, allowing him to pull the shield.
Which makes sense. I think that's
Yep.
You knew he meant to play the shield.
Yep, he said it before he lost the card, and obviously Batmouse is a very kind person, so I don't.
So we see Mike cancel. Okay, so he uses Forlom to cancel Lando's text, and then Jabba's through with you to add a battle destiny. Mike's going real hard here, but here's the thing: Mike's burning his entire hand. Like, Mike's down to 2 cards in hand and 3 Force, which means he can't barrier anything. That's a hit on Lando.
So Jabba's through with you actually doesn't do anything because Mike only has 2 ability there.
You're 100% right. P59 gives him P59 gives him 1 if unable to otherwise. And
well, so does Probot, and
Yeah, so the Jabba's through with you gives him the one he would have gotten, and that's a huge mistake because that's going to end up with a stack for. That's going to end up guaranteeing a stack, especially after he draws that 2.
Oh,
Oh, it
my
doesn't. He
God.
still gets the stack.
Oh, AJ cursing Batmouse,
Wow,
not even talking, but
that
AJ over here
was
cursing Batmouse.
kind of insane. Yeah, the Doctor E play, especially with the P59, I think
Oh,
losing the. I think giving up the Shadows ping would have been worth it. Now the question is, was the Shadows ping the P59?
that's true. We don't know
If
that. We're
that was
sitting
the
up here,
card
but
he got, that all of that play makes a lot more sense.
yeah.
So, and I would understand it a lot better. So Batmouse does get the his Destiny peak. He's going to lose Lando, and that's it.
Yeah, Zeeks, that's what we were
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm saying. Is the only way I think his play makes any sense is if the P59 was the card he got with the Shadows draw, because he'd already put down Doctor E, and I think his plan was to move them over with Doctor E. And then he Shadows Drew into P59 and said, wait a minute, maybe I can wipe him off this site. He is
Playing,
still in a pretty good spot, though, with needing to. Like, Batmouse
I
has got to
think
have something to do with Yoda there. Yoda's kind of in a bad spot.
I think you have to move Dr. E. I don't think you can leave Dr. E just sitting at
Yeah,
the village. That just is.
and nope,
Or
he's
you're
going
gonna,
the other way. Move a couple guys
yeah,
over so you can't go after Dr. E. Now, the thing is, that's only a drain 1 site,
yep.
and
But Pistone is draining for free, so an extra
yeah,
damage is a free damage.
and he draws a couple cards, so he's got 4 cards in hand. He'll get 1 off wipe. Like, here's the thing: he can't barrier anyone Batmouse puts down now,
Yeah.
and
Well, he may not even have another barrier,
he
even if he
may. I
had the
think there
force.
might be 3 in the deck. It wouldn't shock me, but Batmouse is going to have to do something here. Like, I really don't like the idea of just paying to drain for 2, unless you got to do something else here. But he is running Batmouse. He is running. Excuse me, Mike. Low on cards. Mike's putting a lot of cards on table,
Yeah,
which
life
is
force
good for
counts.
Batmouse.
It is 27 total to Batmouse's 36. So Batmouse is currently up 9 cards in hand and life force.
So he
Sorry,
does
not just
pay.
life force, hand and life force.
So he does pay 3 to hit the drain of 2, and he does cost Shizor or Aura right off the top, along
Oh,
with IG88. Those are big hits, especially with Luke sitting at the sewer. That makes it harder for Mike to go down and try and get that guy back.
Luke is looking safer and safer every turn. Forlom sitting at Endor, are one of the auras at least sitting.
Oh,
Ooh.
Unita for Lando coming right back.
The question is,
And
where is Lando going though? Lando gets canceled at the Pyre. So unless Lando's going,
which I think you're okay
is
with, actually. I think you throw Lando to the Pyre. You at that point you're now
equal
tied
in
for
power.
power. You're probably going to draw better than Mike. And if you lose Lando, you lose Lando, because battling into Yoda's a lot harder. That, suddenly he's power 6.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Mike, and if Mike keeps Forlom there, like, who do you lose? You lose Probot,
Or
then there's no Battle Destiny with Zam and Forlom.
if Batmouse has the Run Luke run in hand, we could be seeing him take a shot at Zizor.
We could, but I think Mike's still got the Force Lightning. And I think if we see that play, I think Batmouse has to have the Endor Celebration in hand as well, that
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't used to kill off U3PO, because U3PO is not hugely problematic right now, and instead you see the run. Now, the downside to that is if Mike's got any cards in hand, or anyone survives that battle, he can just move to the sewer, exchange to get Shizor back, and work right back on causing problems.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to control the sewer anymore, do you?
You don't
Don't
have
you
to control it,
just?
but if
Yeah.
he moves anyone there, they're standing in front of Luke. So it would be otherwise a, if he puts a guy down and then moves him away and you just hope, that Batmouse isn't sitting on a barrier that he randomly stuck in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, you don't see a lot of barrier in He Is the Chosen One, but it wouldn't be
Oh,
terrible. Okay.
we see Tant of 4 go down to Coruscant,
Tantive 4 plus Lando's
threatening to clear the system there.
not a terrible thing. Especially if he doesn't have enough force for any other pilots.
A
So he'd
5/5
have
clears the
to,
system.
yeah, but he'd have to shuttle up someone potentially, because Vigo's only +2 if when present with Caesar. Yeah, so maybe he's just counting on the 5/5. We see the first strike. I assume Batmouse is going to pay 1 to retrieve the Bionic
Yeah,
Hand.
that hand would be pretty nice to get back and track
Yep.
as well.
So that does, however, leave him down to 2 cards. And where do you move Yoda? You can't just leave Yoda where he's standing because he's going to be power 3 and no immunity.
Oh,
But if you walk him away, you give up that drain of 2. I don't like that. I don't like the spot Yoda's in either way. So unless you use, are there any episode 1 battlegrounds on? I don't think there are. I don't think you can.
no.
You can't warp Yoda anywhere. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. This is.
We know the Hujix is in the lost pile too.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean, Mike doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. It'd be tough for Mike to do a lot of damage right now to Yoda. That being said, we just saw. Oh,
ooh, that's
an
Colleen's
unfortunate
fist
peel.
going off the top is
That
pretty nice for Batmouse.
Yeah, Mike probably doesn't have a ton more space to go after that. Yeah,
MHT saying, yeah.
Yoda might have to start the battle just because.
So Batmouse draws Lando for the first Destiny.
Which is good.
Our
only hope, which is not enough. That'll keep
that keeps First Light alive.
Which means Batmouse will have to do something with the Tanev just to keep it up there. The 6 actually means the Tanev dies.
Oh, that's right.
Because he's going to be +2, so he doesn't get the flip. The Tanev dies, although, if memory serves, it stops it from being a battleground. Yeah, so now he's got to move another Black Sun agent up there, and honestly, that's really pretty good for Batmouse.
Forcing him to get rid of Dengar, or if he has a character in one of the 4 cards in hand.
Yeah, that actually could have gone far worse for Batmouse. I think that 8 made Batmouse's answer really easy because I think he would have considered keeping the Tanev up there, and I don't think that would have been a great play. Yeah, Yoda starting the battle. So we're going to retrieve the Tanev, which I like.
Yeah.
And Batmouse must have did that intentionally because he could have just dropped the Tanev and Lando and then chosen to retrieve Lando. So he thinks he's going to need to go to Coruscant again. And we see Mike lose another card off the top, so Yoda's going to die.
Getting the Tantive back.
Yeah,
I feel like the Tantive is going to have a lot more value, especially because we saw him draw the second Lando for Battle Destiny.
Yep. Ooh. Although he's probably losing Yoda anyways.
There's a sense.
I'm very okay with that if I'm Batmouse. There's almost no chance you're not losing Yoda.
Yeah.
Even if that 2 for Battle Destiny would have put him at power 11 to your 3+ Destiny, you're probably still going to choose to lose Yoda.
Yeah.
But I think that 3, getting rid of that sense probably tells Batmouse that if he's got another interrupt he wants to hit, he's got a much better chance of it being big.
Yeah. Again, I wish Batmouse would have pulled a shield, but I don't.
Well, he's out of shield pulse.
Well, there's no reason to pull battle plan, but that's
the battle plan was a mistake. I think we're in agreement. The battle plan was the mistake.
I think at this point, that was one of those things. Batmouse just made a play a little bit too early, and he's trying to play the best game of Star Wars that he can, and I think he's done pretty well.
Yep.
Uh,
So he draws a 5 for
being down
Battle
his sun shield.
Destiny. I'm assuming that's just going to be Probot. And
Yep,
then
we'll see Yoda go bye-bye.
yep, Yoda
Yep,
lies,
Probot's down.
Probot dies. Now, Mike can drain for 2 there, but he's going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, the first light being there means absolutely nothing without
Yeah, he's got to
a
do
character.
something with First Light.
And Pistone has 3 cards in hand, so if he doesn't have a character, we're going to see Dengar go flying up there.
Very probably. Or he's just going to sit on it for a turn. Like, I don't think I'd move Dengar up unless you... I don't think I'd move Dengar up. I think you keep Dengar sitting there just in case, because you don't want them coming in. You don't want Batmouse dropping random dude and coming at you.
Yep. And we'll see Pistone draw the top card with Shadows.
Which puts him up to 4 in hand, but he's still...
Yeah. He'll get
he's
another
still
one
light on
here.
cards in hand. All right, so he activates less than the maximum. So he's planning to battle somewhere.
He does have an aura
Or
in
that's
Lost
for his
Files,
sense. That might be his sense, and he wants to shadows it back. If he shadows right here, that was his sense. And he's going to give up the ping from shadows because of the... Oh!
So he's going to move Dengar over. He does have an aura in Lost Pile if he wants to go get that with the sewer.
Yeah.
Shaw mentions there's no Battle Destiny at the Pyre. I think he's going to move those guys over to the... Either move them over to the village or move the village over to the Pyre. I don't think
I think you move them to the village. I think the thing is, if you move them all to the Pyre...
You lose your 3rd battleground.
Yeah, well, you lose your 2nd battleground. Right now, he's only got 2. Coruscant's not a battleground right now.
It's a battleground in spirit.
Yes. It wants to be a battleground. It identifies as a battleground, but it's not quite getting there yet.
It hasn't gotten its recognition yet.
Yeah, we're pro Coruscant here, but it needs to work on itself a little bit. Add an ISB agent or a Black Sun agent and get that icon back.
Or Batmouse needs to redeploy the Tantive. So Pistone moves Dengar over and he'll revert.
He did not drain, and I think I don't think he meant to move Dengar there. You moved Dengar there, and Ed's saying he might have wanted to disarm and realized he couldn't. Although, honestly, I wouldn't have hated the go jump Obi-Wan if you have the disarmed. Well, you don't have the bounty. Never mind. You can't do that.
Yep. Shout out to Chris Kelly and his beautiful card Like My Father before me.
So there's the Shadows ping now, which draws a card but does not get a ping because there's only 2 battlegrounds.
If we're tracking correctly, that's a sense back, isn't it?
I think that might have been his sense. Whatever it is, he definitely activated specifically to that. Because he could have activated one more force and chose not to. And I think sense would be the most logical play. It's either his sense or his Gick, because those would have been the 2 that were around.
I don't remember the order that they fell under, but it is definitely... I agree. I think it's one of those 2 cards.
So, but he's not draining, so he's just going to reinforce. And if that was his sense or his Gick, again, we're down to, does he even have any characters to turn Coruscant into a battleground?
If he doesn't have the character to turn Coruscant into a battleground, he's looking at a drain of 4 at the sewer. No resistance means that's going to be a blunt drain.
Yeah, and he might have to just take it. Like, he might have just... He threw everything he could at taking out Yoda and Lando, and it worked better for him than it could have because of that 0 draw from Batmouse. But it didn't work great. Like... He's down a lot of characters. So, a lot of thinking going on right now. I mean, these are both very good players in a match that is close. So, Pistone doesn't even have to be at the sewer. Oh, Yeah, he's just once per game. He doesn't even have to be there. So,
Yep.
all right. So he's going to exchange a character, and so he sensed the one blaster deflection. Does he think that Batmouse is playing two? So he goes and gets Bala. So he drops Boba Fett Bounty Hunter to get Balatik.
I think Pistone is realizing how important it is going to be to hold that Coruscant system.
Yeah.
And Balatik is so important at doing that.
But Balatik's great for. I mean, Balatik's 4'5". He's a gangster, so he adds 1 to the total battle destiny. That's really all he's doing, though, because Han's not doing anything. It's just a time. Yeah, the timer. I mean, Pistone's down some time right now, but there's still a lot of time left. That did, however, give him a third battleground in case Batmouse was able to do something funky. And now we just see some drawing cards. If he saves a bunch, I think he's screaming out that he's got another barrier. Because, yeah, I don't... So... draws 1 battle destiny. If alone, yeah, he's... Chat was...
So he saves 5. Which tells me that he has the barrier.
Could be the barrier, could be he's... Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to...
If he knows what's on top...
That would be the other thing, would be... If he went and grabbed the sense...
Then the Gick would still be on top.
Because the Gick was his sense destiny draw, so yeah, that would be the Gick, so then he could Ellis with the Gick. So, resistance is, however, going to keep that drain to a drain of 2.
Pistone has not activated 1 with wipe yet, so to me that says he knows what's on top, and he's trying. He wants to save that. Never mind. So I'll stop talking.
All right. Well, neither of us knew what was up there, so that's an interesting play. And Batmouse just says, "Yep, I'm just going to drain steady here." I'll be honest. Right now, with the situation this is in, if Batmouse has the free ride combo, I might just kill U-3PO and pound another drain of 2 through.
It would be a drain of 1, I believe. Isn't it -1 at the
I thought all of them were drains too. Oh, yeah. Chewie Dash Orlando. All right. Yeah, then I wouldn't have bothered. So we see Batmouse just verifying his reserve deck and giving up a verified...
take a crack at Forlom and...
I think you have to. Like, it's 6 power, no battle destiny.
So tasty.
And I don't think Mike realizes no battle destiny. Unless he's counting on sitting on another Jabba's through with you to be able to get 1, but like... That's cute, but like Ahsoka would wreck that plan. All right.
Batmouse going with the ham and cheese fajita, as we call it.
Yeah, Batmouse says, "I'm gonna stack a card," and
well, we don't know Garrett. He might still draw that 0 that he has.
Even if he draws the 0,
he grabbed the 0 with.
Even if he draws the 0, he's still probably winning this battle because he's not drawing it twice.
I don't know. It's Batmouse. I would have put things past
him. I don't love it. And we see the disarmed loss from hand, so I think Ed might have been right that the plan was to move over to Shizor and then disarm, and then he realized he couldn't. And there's the wipe activation.
Once again, shout out Chris Kelly for that stupid card. All right, so 4 for power.
So he's up 5 in power right now. He might just be counting on potential overflow taking Bala off.
Oh! Draws the 1 for battle destiny.
Does he?
That hurts.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to... Now, if Mike draws that 6 that's in there... Ooh, Mike, there's his sense.
So that's a 4.
That's a 4, but Mike is immune.
Loses. The thing is, everyone's immune.
Excuse me, Batmouse is immune, but... Mike has to stack a card.
And peel 2.
And peel 2 and give Batmouse a card, which is not small. Like, that's a big deal right now.
He gives him the sense from used pile.
I think he's saying he's got another sense.
I agree, or he doesn't want to draw it next turn. But Mike doesn't have that many cards left. He
Yeah,
has 11 face down.
Batmouse is grinding him out. I
Batmouse is doing
mean,
HITCO things.
he is going to eat a drain of 4 next turn, and there goes the Gick from the top of reserve deck, and there's the 6 I was thinking he was getting to was the Palpatine. So he...
Chris, I love Batmouse, but there's no way that was his thought process behind it.
There's the Force Lightning as a used interrupt. I'll be honest, I would have loved if Batmouse had... So the 5 is going to crack Hanchuing the Falcon next turn.
Yep.
And Batmouse playing a Jedi's Fury just to cycle a 5 down himself, look at the bottom card so he can decide if he wants to draw that one.
Yeah, this turn's going to be a little bit
I think we're going to see...
Batmouse.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. I mean, so Batmouse is going to lose 4 to Drains and 1 to Shadows, which is fine. And then we're probably going to see another guy on the first light and a battle there. But, like, Mike's only got 10 cards down. Mike's got 10 cards down and 6 in hand. Batmouse has 27 cards down and 8 in hand. Batmouse is in a good spot right now.
Batmouse is in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, like he's gonna take a little bit of damage this turn, but he can afford to take a little bit of damage right now.
I think the part that sucks the most is he's going to lose the system. So he loses a Jedi's Resilience from hand to the first drain.
Yep.
Loses our only hope from the top, and then the hand from the top too. That hurts.
Those would have been nice to draw. And here's the drain of 1.
This will be the...
And I think Batmouse is just keeping his hand. Batmouse says, I need these 7 cards, because he might have gotten back to the... He loses a Luke Rebel Scout from reserve deck, so he might have gotten back to finding the Tanev. Like, that's the thing Mike's got to do. If Mike goes at Hanchuing the Falcon, he's got to figure he's very likely going to be losing a guy. Oh! That was a good one.
Zuckuss and Mist Hunter coming down. That
so here we see the Hear Me Baby hold together. There's the Do or Do Not shield from Batmouse.
Finally.
Thank you. So Batmouse is going to lose the system here, but he's probably okay with that. Like, it's you lose the system and it stinks. And so the draws is going to be 17. Yeah, you're going to lose the system and that's it. You're going to lose Hanchuing the Falcon and that's it. He loses Cassian off reserve. So a little unfortunate. The Zuckuss and Mist Hunter absolutely changes the play for Batmouse, though, I think. I think there's no way he comes after it with the Tanev. The Leia as a 1 to total battle destiny is kind of unfortunate.
That's only to total power.
Yeah, or total power. So there's a 6, there's 17. So Hanchuing the Falcon cover. He's down 8. They cover. It's fine. Yeah, Batmouse drawing low is hurting him. There's the free ride combo, so he knows he doesn't have it. So
Batmouse just loses the ship, which is really nice.
Which is okay. Like, as far as things go, that could have gone
a lot worse.
A lot worse. Like, if Mike had had another pilot or 2, it would have been overflow.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been bad. But again, Mike didn't have any force to do anything other than what he did. You know, he's still only got 11 cards down. He's got 16 force total. To Batmouse is 30. Like, Batmouse is in a decent spot right now to just keep pounding drains.
Something to mention, currently, it's still no battle destiny at the Pyre. Okay, so we'll see Forlom move over.
Yeah, I think Mike might have figured that out.
Mm-hmm. He saved 5, so he was showing that he had the barrier, but...
But then he didn't play it on the Hanchuing Falcon, which, if he had it, he would have played it there. Yeah. So... Zam alone, though, is not
that looks like particularly a free card to me.
Threatening. Yeah, like that's a... And we know now, however, that Mike's got a 5 back on top. So as he's Yeah, that's his Force Lightning.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much it matters. Like,
Yeah, it's if you throw. I mean, I guess like Ahsoka would be a solid just throw down battle. You kill her. There goes the sense from hand to the drain of 2,
there's the
and there went
Force
the
Lightning
Force
off the
Lightning off the
top.
top. That was the 5 he knew he had.
Um, I think you got to go battle now.
Yeah,
You know he doesn't have the 5 on top.
I think if you have any cards in, if you have any characters in hand and the Run Luke Run, this is where you go nuts. All right, there's Cheer
Ooh,
It. I don't mind
I
Cheer It
don't
there.
hate this.
So
To me, this says Batmouse doesn't have the Run Luke Run.
yeah, if you had
Um,
the Run Luke Run, I think you deploy Cheer It and then you Run Luke Run into the battle.
yep.
Um,
There's, although if he's worried about the sense and the Run Luke Run gets sensed, you're looking at Churret versus losing the game.
yeah,
So
I guess, but we just saw Mike lose a sense. But again, what we talked about is the don't make
he's
dumb
got,
mistakes.
yep. And
That's where this comes in.
Batmouse is just playing Star Wars right now. He's playing
So,
on his advantage. He'll peek at the top card of his reserve deck. He does retrieve Honshu and the Falcon with first strike.
which I
So
think is
that's
fine. I don't think he'd. I think his ideal would have been to get anything else back because they're not going to be. They're not going to matter. But he does activate the one he peeked at, which might have just been it's a character I want to get it back, or I want to have more characters go at things.
or it's a low destiny, and I don't want to draw it for the 7,000th time this game.
If it's a low destiny, it's a character. So there's the 5. So I think at this point, Pistone probably loses this battle.
Yeah, unless he's got a blind 5 on the top of that reserve
A
deck.
blind 5 or
He's stacking a
6.
card.
Oh, he does hit the 5. Okay. Honestly, I think Batmouse is just fine with that.
Yeah, you caused 2 damage. You killed the drain of 2.
Yeah, you
And you
ping the
didn't lose
force
anything.
loss, you block the drain of 2, it cost you nothing to do it. You potentially
Yeah.
found another character to go with someone else.
I mean, obviously you were hoping he draws a 0 and you can do overflow and
Yeah.
whatnot, but that Batmouse is not upset with that.
No. And it turns it so now suddenly Batmouse is looking at 4 damage next turn. Because drains of
Yep.
a total of 3 and then 1 from the Shadows ping. And he can turn around and do 2, and like long term doing half as much damage as your opponent probably isn't good. But
It's gonna win in
long
the
term,
game.
Mike has 13 cards left to Batmouse's 30.
Yeah,
Like
and I
Batmouse
think
can afford to do a little bit less for a little while, and he drew a bunch of cards. He's putting himself in position to do something.
I think Batmouse wants to do something just because he wants more beneficial differential going into game 2. Because I don't think you want to let your opponent do as much damage as they can. But
Yeah.
as it sits right now, Batmouse is going to win this game by doing what he's doing. So,
But I'm not sure there's any place I'd want to go at him right now. Like, I don't know
No,
what
not right
characters
now,
Batmouse has, but like, those aren't great. None of those spots are where Batmouse can really go at him particularly effectively. There we see the Drain of 1 and Yoda's Hut going from hand. Right away, Batmouse definitely would have liked to had that earlier and not drawn it for Battle Destiny, but
Yep.
we see a young
There's the young
Skywalker.
Skywalker.
I think Batmouse says, I've got 2 Lukes in hand, and the odds of me losing this one are real low.
I mean, with the sewer use already down, and there's the Tantive off reserve deck, I think Batmouse
Yeah.
is just kind of. Well, I know he didn't lose it from
He
hand, but I think
may
that's
not
kind
have known that was the Tanev, but he's not. You're not going up in space.
Yeah, as long as you're not going to retrieve that with a battle. Well, he still has 1 more card to lose, so I don't
Yeah.
think he cares too much about
Like
that.
the Tanev. The only way you're going up with the Tanev is if you have like Tanev, Hera, and Lando,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a whole lot. So there's Mara backing up. I'm not sure that was impactful. Like I don't.
It might be because he's trying to move Mara over to the Pyre.
Maybe. Yeah.
Um,
Or P59. Like he's going to move somebody to the Pyre, I think, and
Yep.
it's just a question of who. And you're right,
Yep.
it might be Mara just to try and. I need this drain. I need to make something happen.
Yeah, I can't give it to you for free and let you deploy Churret and
Yeah.
Just clear the site because you feel like it.
And there's no escape to get back Zam.
I think he's just doing it because
That's
it's a
fine.
card that he
Yeah.
could use. I mean,
It's a force. Like, I don't think Zam's coming down anywhere,
not this turn at least.
and I don't think Zam's coming down anywhere at any point in time. Like, there's no upside to putting Zam down anywhere right now. So I think it's, yeah, yep, and he does. He moves Mara, who's slightly
Mara
more
moves for
threatening.
free as
Yeah,
well.
because Luke's on table and so's Palpatine.
Yep.
So Mara's slightly more threatening at the Pyre than P59, and with moving for free when Mike's kind of low on cards.
Yeah, Mike has 12 cards left.
So
Batmouse is 26.
And I expect Batmouse. Oh, and he moves Doctor E and Ponda over with Mara. I don't hate that. Like,
you have
that
to do
stops
something.
it from being any one card just going and taking out Mara. Now, the flip side is
P59 and 4-Alarm are looking
P59
like
and 4-Alarm
right
are looking like Ahsoka is going to do bad things to them. So let's see what we get here. I expect we'll see Batmouse drain for 2 again, because you have to keep the pressure on. Is he going to Luke, like my father before me, down a card first, or just go right into the drain? He's got 8 cards in hand. I can't envision that he doesn't have a high destiny that he doesn't necessarily need. So we see the drain of 2, which honestly has more to do with moving Prophecy back as well.
Stop the extra damage.
Like, you just don't want Mike to be able to drain you for 2 back there.
Yep.
So Jango Fett from reserve, Palpatine from hand. Mike's down to only 6 cards, like in Life Force. Batmouse has played this very well.
Yeah.
You know?
Batmouse has taken what is normally a good matchup, HITCO into AOBS, and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make it more favorable." We'll also see a Jyn Urso come down to the
I like that play.
Funeral Pyre. I do too.
Like, I don't think
you're winning the game. You're trying to keep diff as high as possible. I like it.
And we saw the comm scan die a long time ago.
Yep.
So, and we see Batmouse searches with Twilight. That one, I'm not sure what he was looking for.
I think he was just trying to see because of this.
Ezra, to see what he's drawing for Battle Destiny. Like,
the only thing
I don't love this idea unless you're drawing a 5 and clearing.
Yeah, but you're also worried about getting hit by P59 here.
You're going to get hit by P59. You're going to lose the power because you're going to get we're going to get the Forlom into it.
We do see the Gick from hand. Pistone not worried about losing the game at this point.
Well, I mean, he's losing the game either way. It's just he's not going to...
Well, yes.
He's not worried about Nabron. Nabron would be the card you're really holding that for right now.
Yep.
And
so we'll see Forlom cancel. It'll bring him back down to 3.
Which is fine. And here's the P59 shot, which is a decent shot of hitting. Or not.
Nope. So that
was good luck. That was good luck for Batmouse. Like, I think he might have been expecting the hit and expecting to just peel 2 out of right hand. Yep. Because if he draws a 5, he wipes this sight, and that's really all he's trying to do. There's the Dark Time to add 2 to his power, which is fine. So...
Garrett, do you want me to ask one of the trivia questions?
You certainly can. I was thinking we'd do that in between games, because I'm sure they're going to have some time. But yes, we will have a trivia question for chat for a GEMP AI pack. We do see the 5 for Battle Destiny.
The site's getting cleared.
There's the 4
in return.
That's fine. Ezra covers.
Yep.
And Batmouse is totally fine with that chain of events.
Yep. I mean, you take off the 3rd battleground. You're not getting hit by Shadow's Ping. Resistance is no longer in play.
Yeah, that was
Huge.
very good play, and actually, it feels really bad to say do it with 19 cards left. I'm not sure Pistone doesn't draw up. Activate, drain for 2, and draw up and stop Batmouse from, like my father before me, a card back.
Yeah, I
Batmouse has
mean,
6 cards in hand. He can get them back. Like, or if he's
yeah.
got to move his guys out to.
I don't like drawing the card from force pile because of the fact that Pistone is just gonna probably draw up. I mean, there's.
Well, then he put one back right away with like my father before me. So I think he's just.
I think he should have done that before drawing the card. Because that puts it at 20 versus 19, and I don't see Pistone saves too. I don't know if
So
that means we're seeing a battle or whatnot, but
2 would be. Is that his. That means Ellis is the top card of his force pile.
I
So
don't know
he
what the
could be
four
shadowing
means.
for the Ellis.
Firm says sniper. There's no one that he can sniper on
Jin.
Jin.
Yeah, I don't. I think if anything, it's a. I think. Well, we'll find out. It's either going to be a sniper or the shadows for his Ellis, and hope to like who's he going to Ellis though?
Well,
You're going to Ellis them in front of Obi, and
Prey?
like you can't.
Well, Obi's not doing damage. Why would you put them in front of
Yeah,
Obi?
and or are you going to Ellis them in front of? And actually, you need to activate one more because that top card of reserve deck's a 5. Yep. So he activates. So now, are we going to see an Ellis? Well, Mara would have moved free. You could have theoretically Ellised Mara for free to Luke's site. That still would have been a.
Yeah, but after you pay one to
That'd be an
swing and you.
aggressive play.
So
I
here's
think.
the Ellis.
And there's the 3. So.
You can all free. Oh,
Yep, Ellis
yeah.
free to Obi, but nope. He just says I'm going to drain for. I'm going to drain for one more.
So Mara moves free from Mara.
Yep, and I think that's the right play. Just fine. I'll ping one more drain in.
Yep. But Batmouse is just going to lose cards from hand.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's. If you're not drawing up, which he's not, then you're trying to maximize your drains.
Yep. Yep.
You get 3 out. It gets resistance back in play. You probably have to move Dr. E and Ponda as well.
Yep.
Because you can't not. Batmouse actually loses 1 from reserve, 2 from reserve, which I don't love. I don't know what's in his hand.
That's got to be a crazy good hand if he's
Yeah,
top decking.
those 5 cards have got to be real good because granted, between 17 and 19 differential isn't that big, and I mean he'll get to be able to, like my father, won back to 18, but you're still. He's gonna. I gotta imagine Pistone's gonna move Dr. E over. You can't just leave him there because we'll just break Jin's cover
in battle
and get one back with first strike. So you've got to move him over, and then Batmouse will just follow with Jin and say, okay, you can't. All right.
Drops the aura in front of the funeral fire.
And draws.
It makes sense if you're going to move one of them over so that you're still keeping the damage.
Well, because if you leave just one, Jin's going to break cover and battle whoever's there.
Yeah.
So that stops the Jin break cover, but I don't know. I mean, I guess that saves 1 differential for.
Yeah, putting a card on table versus the first strike.
Because you would have taken the first strike otherwise. As we see, Scotland Grell subscribe with Prime and hit 54 months. That's a good time talk about the different things you can do as we see the Batmouse Port and Drain in here of 2. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel. It's a monthly subscription. You got to renew every month, but it does help support things like this, things like GEMP, which everybody loves, and we see we're playing on here. And
thanks for streaming this tournament.
We get another Prime subscription as well, so this is spectacular. Disarmed and Jabba's through with you. Pistone's got 5 cards in hand. I don't mind that hero play at all.
No, I don't either.
It's Destiny versus Destiny. You got to count yours are probably as good as Mike's. You get the
better
retrieval.
And
it takes him off resistance.
Yep.
So, like, honestly, even if Batmouse loses 1 force here, he's still ahead of the. It would have been a drain.
Pistone's got 1 card in hand. If that's not a character, you have to move Ara and Dr. E away.
You have to move them both.
Yeah, you have to move them to the village, and then you're just letting him move.
There's the wipe activation. Batmouse, that's a lot of disarms. I think it's 2. And here's the swing. Honestly, if that last card in hand is a sniper, do you even...
I don't.
I think you have to. Like, you sniper to keep the battle, to stop from losing Mara, and get the drain, get 1 more ping through. Like, you're losing 1 to get 1 more ping through. Batmouse needs to like my father before me here. I don't think he has yet this turn. Because theoretically, if he draws that 5 now, Pistone could, in theory, just say, I'm going to not draw and peel those 4 and end it.
Yep.
Nope, Pistone says, I'm going to draw, so he draws his 3. So he's going to stack 1. I hope Batmouse does not use his Destiny. Yep, so we see the stack. Zam from hand, so yep, Mike's out of cards in hand.
Yep.
Batmouse is peeking. Why, Batmouse?
Unless the card that you drew was on the edge, I don't see a reason to grab that card. You're putting a card down with.
I'll be honest, if it was on the edge, that's kind of cool. But like,
I'd give Batmouse credit for all of eternity if he just his Destiny for on the edge.
At this point, it's a put a card back down with like my father and say go.
Yeah.
Like Mike can do at most 3 damage next turn.
Yep, so we'll see him put a card down.
Yep. So, and Mike will drain for 1 and 1, and then best case scenario, move his guys over.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess Mike has no cards in hand and no force. Like, if you're going to do that, you got to move Luke over too, though.
Yeah, you can't just leave.
Like, Obi alone there is
Yeah, Batmouse is in his draw phase. I mean, right now, you cover 13. You know what's on top of your deck.
But you
drew 2 cards, though.
You're giving him back a card with first strike. Like, Batmouse is trying to win the game, not necessarily maximize diff. I get that. I mean, now he's only getting drained for 1. I don't love the picking up cards. And Mike says, yeah, I can't draw anything. Batmouse playing Clash.
On Dengar?
Okay.
Huh.
I'm...
It's...
You have the force. Why would you not save to do that in battle? And try and blow him out? Like, well, I guess Mike's not battling, but it's not like Mike wouldn't move anyone away. Oh, Dengar can't run in front of Luke.
You can't move him during your control phase and get 2 battle pings. I understand that, but you're still getting pinged by playing the.
And those 2 battle pings wouldn't really matter anyways, as they're just cards from hand for Bat Mouse.
Yeah, you lose cards from hand, and when Dengar battles, Pistone loses the game.
Yeah, well, he would have. You move Dengar, then you start the battle with Obi. You ping, do whatever, and then you start the battle and lose the game. I guess.
But Bat Mouse just loses 5 cards from hand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love that play by Bat Mouse. And that's fine.
Well, even if Dengar, actually no, because that gives him the shadows. So even if he waits for Dengar to move and then clashes him, I mean you get the shadows ping, but
you don't clash Dengar if he moves in front of you, because that blocks your drain. You'd rather Dengar not move in front of you.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the move Shizor away. Here's the shadows ping. Mike might just pick up here. You got him down to 16, as we see the Anakin Skywalker go from hand. You got him down to 16. I don't know if you can...
Yeah, I don't know if you can do more damage.
Do you want to do more than that?
Mike also running low on time. I don't think it'll matter.
8 minutes is fine. He's got lots of time. So he pays. So he's not drawing. He's moving Palpatine over. All right. Is he going to move? He's just going
to lose the game, though. He's going to let Bat Mouse stack a card, and then Bat Mouse does 2 and 2.
Yeah, and maybe that's just it. As Chris Kelly commented, he said, I forced Bat Mouse to, if Bat Mouse keeps drawing. So we move the...
So he'll play the escape pod combo to put a card back.
So he moves Dr. E over, and Bat Mouse says, that's fine, I'm not moving Jin. Which I think is okay. Yep. Because if you wait till he moves Aura, then you can move Jin to block the drain. If he leaves Aura, you break Jin's cover and start the battle. Yep, so now he moves Aura, so now Bat Mouse follows with Jin. Now Bat Mouse follows with Jin. There we go.
The thing is, he drains for 2 and initiates a battle. Oh, no, he has 4 cards. Sorry, I can't do math.
And he drains. I don't think he drains for 2 here.
There's no reason not to.
Drained for, well, he's only going to drain for 1. Bat Mouse is going to move Obi in front of Palpatine and Shizor, and then move Luke in front of Dengar. So he can only drain for 1. He'll get the 1 drain at Coruscant going. And that's it.
Is that not a drain at 2, though?
The drain at the Coruscant system is drain at 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Bat Mouse. Bat Mouse drains for 2 at the sewer.
Yeah. But like I said, if he wants to block a drain, what you see is the move Obi-Wan in front of Shizor and Palpatine, and move Luke in front of Dengar. Honestly, you've only got 2 cards. Well, Bat Mouse only got 2 cards in hand. If one of them is a character, I think you just drop in front of Shizor.
If one of them's a character, you drop in front of Zizor and
Palpatine. You battle. Tries to retrieve a Carillion and does not have any. Doesn't shock me. I don't think there are any in the deck.
Corrin or Han. The only ones that you would have.
If Bat Mouse doesn't have any guys, I think you just move.
Move over, yeah.
Or you just let him drain you for 2, lose the 2 cards in hand.
Hey,
he
have a good night,
pings you
man.
for
Thanks
1
for
and
joining the stream.
Call it. Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for watching. Why are you drawing cards, Bat Mouse? Why are you drawing cards? Stop drawing cards. That Simple Tricks does nothing. Why are you...
Garrett, you and I are going to have a conversation with Bat Mouse. Chris.
Chris. Bat Mouse.
Yeah.
Anthony Miguel Howard.
Chris, I didn't want to give you credit for the do or do not plan.
All right, so he drew another one.
I gotta give you credit for this.
Put it down with my father before me. I
don't even know what to say.
I don't honestly, I don't care about you take the drain of 2, whatever. Like this way, Pistone can he'll get the Shadows ping, which is fine. He can technically start a battle with Dengar and get one more ping. And I guess this is just it. Like Batmouse has 3 cards in hand and he can take 3 damage.
I'm still upset because it means Chris Kelly was right.
If he doesn't lose from hand here, thank you. And honestly, I think that's what we're going to see is the drain for 2, Shadows ping for 1, and then start a battle with Dengar to end it.
Yep.
So, and that's fine. And you got
15?
one more.
So
You got one more force through, and yeah, then it's 15. So there's the Shadows ping for 1, which will be the last card in Batmouse's hand. And then battle with Dengar. Oh, Batmouse just using Unita now. Like, all right.
I mean, it helps with the lost pile differential. So.
Well, theoretically, you'd have wanted him to have more cards in Lost Pile. No, that was actually a mistake. The waste of Unita. Yeah, Batmouse just noticed. He's like, I shouldn't have done that.
That's
There's
fine.
a lot of things you shouldn't have done, Anthony. Like, you're going to win this game, but you're giving me and Logan. You are
Heart attack.
not.
I'm
not
too young to
helping
have a
me
heart
and
attack,
Logan right now.
Batnos.
So,
My insurance is not happy with you.
and there goes the Run Luke Run from Force Pile, and yep, this will be. This is it. I don't even. All right, so he's going to swing. Batmouse doesn't have anything left to do. Like, I don't. There's no way to retrieve. Nothing else he can do.
You know, he could have retrieved one if he had Walkling instead of Twilight, but
He could have, but he wouldn't have been able to make that cool Our Only Hope play.
Garrett, I am trying to help you here.
No, I want to give credit where credit is due. That Twilight play that put Luke at the sewer for the entire game, just threatening and draining, was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give Batmouse credit where credit is due there. I think he could have won by a couple more force, but he's doing all right here. And there's the Battle Destiny of 4. Mike's just gonna peel that last card before he loses Dengar to add. Oh, actually, he doesn't even get to. He's going to lose it to.
Well,
conflict.
He has one in hand if he wants to.
Oh yeah, I guess he's.
Yeah,
oh, and he is going to lose that one and give Batmouse a chance to use his destiny, which he smartly does
I like
not.
it. Please don't do it, Batmouse.
No, he didn't.
I beg.
So there went the thing. So all right, so we've got Batmouse by 15. Batmouse has 29 in Lost to Mike's 30. So Lost piles are effectively equal. 15's a solid win. 15's going to be tough for Mike to come back from.
15 is setting yourself up in a very nice position for game.
So while we've got a second here, Logan, I heard rumor you've got a trivia question.
I
for
do.
all our folks in who are watching us stream while Batmouse and Pistone figure out if they're playing game 2 right away or what's going on. Why don't you go for your trivia question? We'll give away a GEMP AI pack.
All right. So the trivia question tonight: who had the original concept before the card Zizor's Bounty? So on the card Zizor's Bounty, it says original concept by. Who is it by?
I'm smart. I almost went and zoomed in because I didn't know the question. I was like, oh, I'm going to look, and that would have given it away to everybody. And
yep.
It's
Chris
been a long
Kelly
day.
has got it. Marvin T, original concept at the bottom there. As much as I hate to give Chris the win, he did get it correctly.
Well done, Chris. Congratulations. He's getting a GEMP AI pack. It looks like this might be the only game right now. I see Batman saying, how's tomorrow night look for you? So we might be just just kind of watching this for a second, and Pistone left the room. All right. Well, let's.
There's no hate towards Chris. I I love all he's done for my fun Luke mains, but it's
So
last time I
based
played him, he smoked my butt. So it's got to
based
be a
on
little bit
this,
of
I think we can say this is the last game for the day. Um, Thank you very much, Logan, for joining up. Thank you for working through this
of
while my
course.
mic was being difficult. I'm pretty sure it was Dan's fault. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was a blast. This will be on YouTube very shortly. If you haven't had a chance to watch some of the other stuff up there, there's been a lot of stuff. You know, we've streamed a lot of games the last few weeks. Lots of stuff on YouTube. Lots of high-level play. Lots of decent commentary. Although, Logan, you're in the round of 16 facing the winner here. So I hope you're getting some good,
Yeah,
some
I
good in. And I'll be honest, if Batmouse wins, Dan and I are going to stream. And uh, I don't know how you guys are going to, you know, getting to sit and make fun of our two teammates as you guys battle to make it into the round of 8 seems like a lot of fun. So,
yeah. I mean, obviously you guys are gonna have to cheer for me because
are
nah.
you the sheriff of Gemp? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you
I
just got
know.
out of the shame corner. I don't know if we're going to be cheering.
Garrett, I end up in the shame corner no matter what I do, and I know I'll end up there again. So
For
I'm
sure.
at peace with that.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. Thanks for
Of
everybody for
course. Thanks for
streaming.
having me.
I hope everybody has a great night or day or whatever time it is across the pond. And may the force be with y'all.